What happens when betrayal runs so deep that death itself can't end it? Deep in the ancient marshlands of the fens, when fog rolls thick across the water, locals speak of something that shouldn't exist. They call him the Red Knight. Picture this: scarlet armor, rusted and corroded by centuries. A helm sealed shut with dried blood, hiding whatever remains of his face. No king ever commanded him. No banner flew above his head. He rode alone through the reeds and shadows, a solitary warrior bound to no earthly master. Those who've glimpsed him say his horse doesn't breathe. It glides over the marsh like mist itself, hooves never touching the water, leaving no trace of their passage through the wetlands. But how did he become this phantom? Centuries ago, in a battle lost to time, he was betrayed. Left to die in these very swamps, pierced through by an enormous lance. The weapon still protrudes from his chest, proof of the treachery that claimed his mortal life. He never screamed as death took him. He never showed pain. He simply vanished beneath the black waters, dragged down by his heavy armor and the crushing weight of betrayal. And that should have been the end. But in the marshlands of the fens, some endings are just beginnings. From the moment the Red Knight died, the marshlands changed forever. Fishermen began disappearing. Their boats found empty, drifting among the cattails with no sign of struggle. Campfires that burned bright would suddenly die, as if supernatural winds swept through the marsh. And those brave enough, or foolish enough, to call out in the mist would hear something terrifying in response. Hooves. The sound of iron shoes splashing through shallow water, getting closer. But no one ever sees him coming. Only crimson glimpses through the fog. Only silence before the strike. One traveler thought he was clever. He followed the sound of metal scraping through mud, drawn by curiosity stronger than fear. The grinding echoed through the marsh, mixed with the splash of something moving through water that shouldn't be able to carry weight. He returned at dawn, trembling, whispering words that chilled everyone who heard them. He's not dead. He's just waiting. This man described eyes that burned like coals, a presence that filled the air with dread. He watched the Red Knight turn toward him, slow, deliberate, before melting back into the mist as if he'd never existed at all. That traveler was never quite the same again. Why does the Red Knight still ride? The answer depends on who you ask. Some believe he's bound by the betrayal itself, doomed to wander until his betrayer returns to face justice. Others whisper of a darker truth, that he made a pact beneath the marsh, trading his soul for the power to hunt those who wronged him. The evidence is everywhere. Village herders avoid the fens entirely, sharing stories of livestock found with strange wounds. Trails appear overnight that lead nowhere, as if the very land shifts to accommodate his passage. Ancient church records mention prayers for an unnamed knight, entries written in shaking hands, describing a soul trapped between worlds. Priests tried to bless the marsh waters, but their holy words seemed to sink into the mud without effect, as if the earth itself rejected redemption. Local wisdom has developed over generations. When thick fog rises from the water, experienced locals know danger approaches. They've learned that movement draws his attention, that sound calls him forth from whatever realm he inhabits. So remember this: in the dense mists of the fens, silence means survival. Absolute stillness is your only refuge from the scarlet phantom who rides eternally through the marshlands. He's still out there. Still waiting. And some betrayals echo forever.